And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. We are looking at the US dollar, the DXY, and as you can see here, we left off yesterday as we went all the way down to the 108.19. We had a massive move back up to essentially complete a cup at the 101.681. The real question is it going to hold this support line here that we see in red? Is it going to hold the 101.542? Is it going to hold the 20-day moving average? Will we get a little bounce off there and continue up to get support on the 101.836? And maybe from there complete a larger cup at the 102.140. Of course, if it does do that and it does complete this cup, you have to remember it's the inverse on the S&P 500, so expect the S&P 500 to go down, and perhaps we're getting a little foreshadowing of that right now on Bitcoin, if I can manage to get to it. Because we have just had a massive fall through. You know, I was giving you updates on Bitcoin today, throughout the day, and you know that we fell drastically after we left that symmetrical triangle. We tried to take off, we just couldn't do it. We fell through. We're now sitting on a bear flag with a bearish divergence beginning on the 30-minute time frame. We do have some good incoming volume now, though. We're trying to get back on that 30.061. It's very important that we reclaim that level and hold that level, so perhaps we can consolidate more kind of within that range of about 33.28, somewhere in there, and maybe create another symmetrical triangle and try to get above that 35.47 once again. So might be a foreshadowing on what's going to happen on the S&P 500 tomorrow. We may have a drop. Let's go take a look at the S&P 500 right now. And on the S&P 500, you can see we've got support on the 413.13, and we completed a small cup after essentially coming down almost to the 409.77, although we didn't really touch bottom there. And I know that this 409.77 has been in play for a while, and it's lined up with that 200-day EMA line pretty well, but I think I'm going to go ahead and nope. Because we got micro channels going here, and there's no real point in that. We may as well move up that 409 to about 410.10, right about there, as support. And we will see what happens. It would make sense if we did go down tomorrow initially. We may have a gap down all the way to perhaps the 411.24 area, and maybe all the way down to the 410.10. And yes, we could even see all the way down to probably the 408.16, or maybe even filling that gap at 407.63. And then we just have to keep an eye on what the DXY does. So that's kind of your bear case there. Your bull case is that, we still have the 20-day moving average on the S&P 500. We are cooling. We are flagging. The RSI seems to be fine. It could definitely get a bounce off of the average there, that yellow line you see on the RSI. The purple line could get a bounce. We are moving maybe a little bit towards another bleed off on momentum, but that could just be flagging as well on that MACD, and that's why we're seeing a little wind down there. That can always pick back up into heavy green momentum again. And your opposite case would be that you finish tomorrow really reclaiming perhaps creating a new level at roughly the 414.80, and maybe we start flagging there so that we can eventually break out of this very large green symmetrical triangle that we've been in. And this is, right now you're seeing the top side of that triangle. If I take you out to the 2 hour, you'll see it a little more clearly, and this will also give us some more a better idea perhaps of, well, that MACD just went all the way up there, didn't it? Let's bring that back down to size. Okay, so okay, maybe this is gonna work. Maybe, yeah, there we go. All right, so you can see that green symmetrical triangle, rather large, that we've been in for a very, very long time. Perhaps we'll try to get top side of that. We have a full bullish divergence on the 2 hour, right? We're still supported by the 20-day. Everything looks pretty good. You've got that flagging on the volume, but that's to be expected. You have to cool down. The RSI looks like it wants to get rejected off of that EMA line, but it might curl back around after it flags and come back up. We still have maybe some room to run there on the 2 hour. Let's just check the daily and see what the daily is telling us. The daily looks like we almost have a full bullish divergence. We're not quite there yet. We did get one bounce on the RSI. We see it winding down a momentum, but again, this represents flagging because you can see one momentum bar there that's rather large, even though we're beginning to cool down. So this could just be flagging, and we're still supported by that RSI on the average there for the S&P 500. So, you got to remember that as the dollar does fail, we are going to become more bullish. There's certainly a lot more time to wind up inside of this symmetrical triangle, a long time. So we could see the DXY retrace to major levels, and we could see the S&P 500 continue to fall and just touch the, kiss the bottom of this symmetrical. Oh no, I don't want to move that. I'll have to fix that later. Hold on, let's do a little back action right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So in any case, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling on the S&P 500. I think that's what's going to be happening tomorrow. I've given you a bear case. I've given you a bull case. I guess in my opinion, it's tough because when you don't have the DXY, it's rather hard to make a decision about what you see. Definitely in those lower time frames, when I look at the 30-minute, I do see a possibility of us breaking down. And when I look at the higher time frames, I still see a possibility for cooling and flagging and then a break up. So it could be tomorrow that I think my opinion for tomorrow more than likely is that we are going to continue to chop around between the 410.10 and roughly the 414.83, and with a possibility of a quick move down to the 407.63 to fill that gap, and then maybe a bounce back up. I get the sense that we are going to be hanging in this channel perhaps a little bit longer. This almost looks like kind of a weird W reversal pattern when you're looking at this a certain way, right? So, I mean, it's not textbook, but it certainly looks like it's there. So you can kind of see this W reversal perhaps forming if we can get above the what do we got? If we can get above the 413.82, that would begin to confirm a W reversal, and of course then you wouldn't want to break that level. You wouldn't want price to break below that, because then the W reversal would be broken as well. So those are the things you need to look out for. I think overall, I would say we're just going for more sideways chop tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if we get so bullish that we try and claim something like the 418.12. So that's essentially my opinion. I think my opinion is essentially that it's a combination of the bear and bull case, and it could play out in any order, to be honest. And I don't see us breaking above this red channel here and getting to the top side of anything close to this triangle by tomorrow. I could be proven very wrong. It could be that we flag out in the morning and consolidate and go for a run up. That's a possibility, but I'm not seeing that playing out right now. I think when I look at the 30-minute time frame and I see the information I'm seeing, it looks like, and especially with Bitcoin kind of losing itself right now, it could regain overnight, but I just get the sense that we've got some gaps that we need to come down here and fill. The volume was decreasing on that 30-minute as the price was increasing. So it's hard for me to see like a straight flag taking place here. I almost think we have to retest the 410.10 at least before we were to get bullish. So I would at least look for a move down to there, or the definitely, or the 409.53. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. I know it seems a little confusing, but sometimes you've got these days 50-50 when you're coiling up here, and it's just like, well, either one could really play out. The data is not giving you anything very specific. I'm not seeing like any major divergences, just typical cooling. I think the one thing that we have to keep an eye on, and I don't know if I'm right about that or not, like this would be interesting to see on Sunday. Does Bitcoin kind of lead the market and let you know what the DXY is going to do? So like if we wake up in the morning and you've got Bitcoin basically beginning to break back up, getting top side of the 361, and then possibly coming back up into this consolidation area roughly around 33.45, then the market could be moving up and the dollar could be moving down. However, as you can see, it looks like it's being rejected by the 361 right now. And if that were to continue to play out, it is a fast move down to the 29,194. And we would have to see, okay, is that going to correlate with a big move down on the S&P 500 and a big move up on the dollar to complete that cup that we were looking at? So that's what you need to be looking out for. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling. This is the Market Wolf. If you appreciate this content, please subscribe, share, and definitely like the video because it helps the algorithm. And I really enjoy doing this. I have a good time nerding out on the charts with you. Please leave comments in the comments section. Be happy to answer anything, or if you have a different idea from me, I'm certainly not the end-all, be-all. These are just ideas, and I'm always willing to listen to everybody's ideas. The wolf pack works together. Wolves do not work in isolation. So we will see you next time on the Market Wolf.